she didn't know what to say. Was Brian right? Should the class be just for boys? Megan was not sure what to think. Maybe I should quit, she thought to herself. But Megan really liked karate, and she didn't want to quit. Remember, quit means to stop. She didn't want to stop because she liked it. So this boy was not right. And she decided just to try her best and have fun. This is what we need to do when we have problems, or when we think something is difficult, or we are not having a fantastic time. We need to keep trying, remember, okay? Now, the next time, page 205, the next time Megan went to karate class, Mr. Levitz made an announcement. Today, we are going to have a contest. Everyone will do a form, and I will give you a score. 10 is the highest score you can get. A contest like the spelling bee, all right? But this one was about karate. So what do you think is going to happen? Let's see. The older boys and girls went first. They have done karate for a long time, and their forms were much longer than first form. When they jumped up to kick, they seemed to fly. Megan really liked watching them. Imagine her, the kids that had longer practicing karate were doing like super wow, all right? Because they have lots of knowledge about karate. So Megan was like, oh my God, look at them. Okay, she was really happy and excited to see them. Mr. Levitz gave each person a score and then announced the winner. First place is Kate Johnson with a score of 8. Mr. Levitz announced. Everyone clapped. Hey, Jane, very good. Now, Megan looked over at Brian, who looked very nervous. Imagine them, they were sitting, ready for their turn. She looked at him, and Brian was like, nervous, all right? And then it was time for the beginners to do their forms. Each person got up one at a time and did his or her form to Mr. Levitz. Let's continue, this is exciting. Then it was Megan's turn. She took a deep breath and started first form. She punched as hard as she could and kicked as high as she could. On the last punch, she gave a great big karate yell. I'm not sure exactly how that sounds, but it's like, okay, imagine it. So, when she finished, she was out of breath. Okay, Mr. Levitz wrote down her score, and then she sat down. Next, it was Brian's turn. Page 209, okay? Then, next, it was Brian's turn. He took the first step and did the first punch. And Megan knew he was supposed to turn around after that. But Brian wasn't doing anything. His face turned bright red, and he couldn't remember the next move. He just froze. Imagine, he was like, click, 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 click. Okay, imagine that. Now, he couldn't remember the next move. Mr. Levitz got up. That's okay, Brian, said Mr. Levitz. It's not easy to remember all the steps. We'll finish the form together. And so Mr. Levitz helped Brian finish his first form. Of course, we teachers help kids, all right? So Mr. Levitz helped Brian to finish, but Megan finished everything by herself. Do you remember? So let's continue. This is the last page. So, Mr. Levitz announced the winner. First place goes to Megan Pierce with a score of 9, said Mr. Levitz in a strong voice. Everybody clapped and looked at Megan. Yay, Megan! And she could hardly believe it. She had won. Brian walked over to Megan. Megan was like, oh, okay. And you were really good, he said. Could we practice together sometime? Megan smiled. Even though I am a girl? She asked. Brian smiled too. I guess karate is for girls. And boys too, added Megan. Let's practice together next time. Great, replied Brian. And they both. So, did you like the story? I hope you did. Because remember, as I told you almost at the beginning of this video and of the reading, everything, absolutely everything that you decide to do, that you set your mind upon, is possible, all right? The only person that will make a difference between doing it or not is you, okay? I love you very much, babies. I hope you liked this reading. Please try to read it on your own. If you need some help or explanation, you can watch this video again, of course, okay? I love you. Bye, kids.